Proper Context Media, we back. Battle rap is about narratives and context. We're here to remove the narratives and bring battle rap, at least in dialogue, to its proper context. It's your boy, the real Musa 74 with.
Since yet, then, man, you already know.
You already know if we can get to the root, there's no need to cater to the branches.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so today is a sad day in battle rap.
Yes, sir.
Man, we lost one of the greats.
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, Pastor. Like
Rest in peace, Pat.
it's an extremely rough day for me because, like, you know what I mean, I met this brother a couple times, but the first time I actually met him was it was probably one of the crazy, it was probably one of the funniest and like most different things I've ever experienced in my life.
Talk
But
about it.
Pat Stay, you know what I mean? He's a legend in battle rap.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And it's even hard for me to even talk about him in the past tense. Like it's
That shit was tripped out, bro. When I read the news this morning, I thought people were trolling, bro. I immediately started scavenging the internet to figure out, like, is this true? And you end up finding out it's real. And this shit is crazy, bro. It's bugged out. It's a loss to all of us in the battle rap culture. Ain't nobody in the battle rap culture ever say Pat Stay wasn't a legend or wasn't one of the greats. He was one of the top guys to walk around in our culture with his head held high, rapping to his fullest, giving everything he could to the culture since grind time, since KOTD, since even before that, back before KOTD even started. And these guys were rapping back in the days. It's a big loss. And shout out to our other losses, Bender, fucking Hollahan, and
PH.
PH. Shout out, yeah,
All right.
both.
All right. I'm trying not to all right. Because I was emotional all day. And I'm gonna keep it real. This is the first white person I ever cried over in my life. I love Pat Stay. Like I remember the first time meeting him. People who don't know, like
Mm-hmm. Bro, take a
I'm a
little shot. Take a shot
I'm
for
a I'm
Pat
a
Stay, man.
I'm a I'm a I'm a maintenance manager for a company that we have over 100 and some properties, and we do a lot of acquisitions and stuff. So you know, what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I'm one of the only ones in the country who, especially the black men, who have every single certification above ground and under the roof, which means I'm government certified, EPA certified in heating, ventilation, air conditioner,
Talk
electrical,
about it.
plumbing, general contractor, NCCR certified in
That boy
carpentry
good.
and contracting. So it was a time where we was trying to do acquisitions, and there's a lot of times where I was going to these battle rap events because you know I mean in them cities that we were trying to do acquisitions at, just so happened they were doing events in. So it was one time where I was in New York, and I think it was either 2018 or 2019. I keep saying 2019 because I think that was it. And we were in, it was sometime in Manhattan. We were trying to acquire this building. It was the building next door. It was the next door building was an art studio. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember going to the
This
art.
is about like the MoMA,
It was in Manhattan somewhere.
because there's a lot of art studios by the MoMA. That's like 46th Street and shit, 6th Avenue around the area.
I don't know, but it was an art studio next door. We were
Mm-hmm.
trying to acquire the building, one of the buildings. So when I went next door and it was a photo shoot going on, and I seen Pat Stay. So of course I'm about it. But now this time I wasn't media. I was just a fan. I wasn't a blogger. I wasn't anything. And I seen Pat Stay. He was out back of the building.
Fire.
So just so happened that that building, the AC had went out, and they came over to the next building because they seen us contractors over there and said, "Hey, we have an AC issue." So I just so happened I went over there. It was just a little thermostat issue, and I rewired the thermostat and got their AC back going. Just so happened,
Shout
but
out to
in the
Musa.
back,
Shout out to Musa.
you know what I mean. In the back, in the back, Pat Stay was there, and I went back there, and automatically, you know, I go into fan mode and all of that stuff, and I started
Mhm.
talking to Pat Stay, and he was like pacing. He was nervous for this photo shoot. It was a photo shoot. I don't remember what photo shoot it was. It was something, but he was nervous. He was like, I've never got nervous for a battle. Like for some reason, these little photo shoots and stuff like this get me nervous. And
Mm.
you know what I mean, and we're talking. It's about 20 minutes. We're out there talking, and the person who's in the art studio comes out, and Pat stays all nervous. And he's like, "Hey, get me some alcohol. I need something to drink."
That definitely sound like
Give
Pat
me something to drink. So when
Stay.
the dude, so listen, when the white guy comes back out, the dude comes back out. He comes back out with a white wine, with the glass of white wine, and Pat
Oh
stay
man,
like, "Hey, what the
I don't
fuck?"
need the glass.
So listen, Pat stay says some crazy. Listen, he says, "Hey, this guy's from Chicago. You trying to make me look like a fucking pussy?" So I'm like, "What the?" He said, "Hey man," he said, "This guy's from Chicago. You trying to make me look like a fucking pussy?" He said,
For
"Hey."
sure.
So I'm like, he said, at the very least, bring him a glass so we both look like fucking pussies. Hey, you feel like looking like a pussy with me? So I'm he said, listen, he says, you feel like looking like a pussy with me? I said, hey man, hey, you know, come on, it's
Yo,
past day. I don't give a fuck.
yo, that's a
Bring
good
out a glass.
rebuttal.
So
That's a great rebuttal. I ain't even gonna lie.
so listen, so when the guy walks away, no joke, when the guy walks away, Pastor says, "Hey, don't mind him. It's his first day." I'm like, in my head, I'm like, you don't fucking work here. How the fuck you know it's his first day?
This guy's classic comedy, bro.
Yo,
Classic comedy.
and then when the guy, when listen, this is the best part. When the guy brings out the two glasses of wine, of white wine, and gives them to both of us, he looks at the guy. He says, "You didn't bring a glass out for yourself." He says, "Watch out, this guy might be a narc."
Yo.
So we all laughed and everything. It was a great moment. And we sat out there and we talked about 45 minutes without talking about anything battle rap. Of course, when I first walked up, of course, we're talking about battle rap, but like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? We talked about everything. And then I've met him, you know, I've seen him times after that, and every single time has been love. And every single time he remembered when I acted like a pussy with him, as he says.
That's fucking hilarious, man.
And
That's a
listen,
great
I
story,
just, you know what
bro.
I mean? And it's hard for me to talk about past day in the past tense. But the fact that he just remembers me as the guy who acted like a pussy with him that day, where, you know what I mean? Just, hey, man, there wouldn't be no person I'll ever be in a pussy with than past day. You know,
Nigga, better
respectfully.
yet, nigga, you was in the room drinking what Pinot Grigio with fucking Pat Stay while before a photo shoot. That's a story in
He
itself,
was
man.
super
Like
nervous.
that
And
shit
like
was
me, like I was just trying not to be a fucking, you know what I mean?
fan mode and
Like,
relax
you know
and
what I'm
calm
saying? And
down.
me,
Yeah,
like, it
be
doesn't matter.
cool.
You could, I'll be whatever with you. Like, I'm just trying not to fan out because, like, you are a legend. Like, you were. And every single time I seen him after that, only thing he ever referred to me as is, "Hey, man, I remember you. Just the guy. He always he was going. He was a pussy with me in New York. Me and him, we was a pussy with me. He agrees to be a pussy with the guy who was a pussy with Paste. That's me."
That's crazy. That's a good story though. That's
That's a
hilarious,
good,
man.
and that's one of the stories I have with Pat Stay. And I see a lot of bloggers on here, and I see a lot of people talking about Pat Stay that didn't know him, that never spent one day with him, that
Mhm.
didn't have no conversation with him. I'm one of the ones who was blessed to have a couple of conversations with Pat Stay. Um, I'm upset that I didn't have any interviews with him. I'm trying not to be emotional. I cried all day, and man, he was just a good guy, man. Shout out to his family. I hope.
Right.
Um,
Condolences to everybody's loss, to everybody's heart. Everybody, keep your head up. And my mom always told me that when she passed, that she don't want people crying. She don't want nobody sad. She want people to celebrate her greatness and what she did in this world. So that's what I want to do. I want to celebrate Paste's greatness, what he did. One of my favorite battles was Paste versus Shotgun Suge. He went up there in a rose suit, completely swagged out, dripped out top to bottom and just hauled ass and rapped his ass off up there. Come on, another one versus Real Sick, man. Like he was on stage showing out, foot on top of the speakers, man, just rapping his ass off, just putting on the show, bro. And those are things that you gotta appreciate and look back and understand and take in. Another one versus Holland, that was a great
Yo,
battle.
do you understand there wouldn't have been no ground time if it wasn't for Pat Stay? Lush One tweeted that out.
Yeah,
And I haven't heard from Organic. Somebody needed to
yeah,
make
please
sure
go check on
Organic's okay.
organic.
Somebody needs to make sure that You know what I mean? His lady and his son are okay. He had a son, he had a family. Any of
Hmm.
y'all, I'm telling y'all now, any of y'all motherfuckers talking about this fake love and didn't really even know him and doing these blogs about shit that y'all don't fucking know, it's gonna be up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we it's people in this culture who really love Paste, who really share moments with him. And I didn't share as many moments as a lot of these other people did. And shout out to Aver because he really said it, and I appreciate him for saying that. A lot of y'all motherfuckers didn't know him,
Hmm. Out
and
here
it's gonna
cloud
be
chasing.
up if y'all are sitting here talking like y'all really fucking know him and trying to get monetized off of his name. Proper
Right.
context media as in YouTube, we're not even monetized. We're just here doing good
Mm-mm.
context, good doing good content for the culture because we don't talk about anything outside of battle rap because we don't get a lot of views, but I don't care. I won't sacrifice, our integrity. But
Integrity, exactly.
Pat Stay had a family. He's, and the best shout out to the battle rap culture because I love all of y'all. The
Right.
trolls, everybody, because right now
Hmm.
we're all sharing the same grief because we lost one of the legends, one of the pioneers of this. You know what I'm saying? Like Grind Time, KOTD. Like he was one of the pioneers. He transcended through all generations of battle rap. He's one of the only ones who could say that he's transcended through all of the eras. He's
Right.
been here from the beginning, and right now, you know what I
And he
mean.
never
We
changed. He was always
never changed,
himself.
and we still want to
Always
see.
himself.
We still wanted to see him versus Goods, him versus Mook, him versus. We
Yeah.
still wanted. It was still battles we wanted to see from him. Shout out to him, and his personality was just, man. He was a fucking superstar. He was a battle rap superstar, one of our first. Shout out to him, and shout out to his family. They got a GoFundMe going
Yes.
on.
Please
Please
go hit the
donate.
GoFundMe,
I've
donate
donated.
whatever you
You know
can.
what I mean? Please donate. Please.
Mhm. And please
It's
stop with
just
the
a
cloud
sad day.
chasing. Don't show no fake love. Show genuine love. How you genuinely felt about Past Stay. Like I grew up watching Past Stay since grind time, since back in the day. So this for me hit me hard. This shit hit me in my core. Something that I can never see him rap again. It's something that I could take away from Past Day. Something that he taught me as a person. Not even him. Even I don't even think it was something that he was trying to do. It's just something that he carried within himself. Is to be comfortable in your own skin, to be yourself. Don't ever walk into a room and be afraid to be yourself or rap the way you want to rap. You know, your style will transcend and will touch somebody, will reach to somebody. And that's something that inspires me daily in my mission to get out there and get my voice out there and be an artist, be an MC. And that's inspiring to be tough, to be like that and be walking around and always be you, no matter what. And that's something to stand up for. Something that I hope each and every one of y'all could take away watching Pat Stay, moving forward. You know, grief, mourn, be happy, laugh, cheer up. Because I'm sure Pat Stay will want us all to be laughing. He want us all to be happy, not to be grieving, crying, and be in pain. You know, because that's not the person he carried himself
No
as.
joke. Everybody said who was crying earlier said Pat Stay would probably look at you and be like, "Hey,
Yo,
stop
yo,
fucking crying over
come on.
me, you
Like
fucking
y'all niggas
pussy.
is a bunch of
Stop
pussies.
being a pussy." And listen, I'm not gonna act
Exactly.
like I knew Pat Stay because I didn't know, but that that 45 minutes that I met him the first time and he acted like he known me forever. He was just that down to earth.
That's fire, bro.
And that
You gotta
and
reach
that
that.
and that made me feel some type of way because I've met a lot of people. I've met a lot of battle rappers. I've met a lot of people, and no, none of them like They none of them like crack jokes with me. They all were in like PR mode, as you would say. And he was just It was
Be
just two
yourself.
dudes he was nervous for the photo shoot, and I was nervous just to not say nothing stupid to a battle rap legend, to a superstar.
Facts.
I was just as nervous in front of him as I was when I met Scottie Pippen in the fifth grade. You know what I'm saying? I
Facts.
was just
I
as
would have
nervous.
been nervous just fixing the thermostat. Like, damn, I better fix this shit. I better get this shit right. Like my son, showed out and like I said, man, appreciate Pat State for his legendary, man, for his artwork, for his lyricism, for what he provided, for what he brought to the stage. Just pure comedy, man. The guy always brought a good laugh to you, man. You can have the worst day in the world and you get around past there and he'll make you laugh about it, man. And that's really all I can say. Take that away. Hopefully y'all keep y'all heads up. Y'all stay strong, man. Protect your peace, as Jim would say.
And shout out to the battle rap culture for all coming together as one today. You know what I mean? It's been a sad day for battle rap, but this shows just how, you know what I mean, just shows just how strong the battle rap community. We put all of this stuff aside, everything aside, because everybody woke up expecting to talk about Rum Nitty versus A Ward this morning.
Facts.
And the battle rap community was hit with a bomb. And you know what I mean? And shout out to the battle rap community for coming together and as a group and you know what I mean, putting on for Pat's Day, talking about Pat's Day, getting the GoFundMe, contributing. They're over 40,000 now. Everybody contributed. I contributed myself. And just tell everybody who told stories, who knew him, all of the fans who knew him, and from some of the stuff I'm gathering, he was just at all a couple of like hundreds of fans had interactions with Pat Stay the same as me because I was a fan then, and he treated me like I was his friend. You know what I mean? And shout out to everybody who had experience with him, everybody who talked good about him, and just shout out to his family. And this is a very, very sad day. Shout out to the culture. And
Past state, man. Rest in
it's
peace.
sad that we're talking about him in past tense.
Moment of silence for the brother. I want to say amen and rest in peace to past day. And to all our other brothers in the culture, please protect yourselves. Please refrain from danger. I know all of us got pride and an ego to stand on or something to show for, but it's really not that serious all the time, man. And just
Call
protect
somebody
yourself
and
from
tell them you
all
love them. Call everybody who you love and tell them you love them. You never
facts.
know. Anger, no matter how you feel about anything, anger is temporary. Death
Facts.
is permanent. I love everybody in the battle rap culture. I love everybody, even the trolls. Today we share the same grief. Today we all mourn a great man. Today we all mourn somebody who we all loved in battle rap. Please take the time to call your loved ones and tell them you love and appreciate them. This
Facts.
is this if not this time, that if this doesn't show you that you know what I mean, that it's a time to show that you know what I mean, it's a time to heal, it's a time to let stuff go. Because listen, we all got beef and all of that stuff, and sometimes we just need to let it go. Stuff is bigger than just little beefs and everything else because you know what I mean, death far outweighs any anger that you ever have, and it far outlasts it too. The time that death is permanent. Your anger will, as slowly dissipate. But you can let your anger go at any time, but you can't, you can't bring the dead back. So please call your loved ones to tell them you love them. Proper
Facts.
Context Media, salute. Please, you know what I mean, donate to the GoFundMe for Pat Stay.